Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
A suspect is at large after a deadly shooting at a house party. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on 7 at 7. I'm Cynthia Puga, filling in for Lena Bleet. In top stories, sponsored by Nevada Hand Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. A suspect is still at large and an investigation is underway for a shooting death that happened at a house party in southwest Las Vegas Valley. According to Metro Police, the call came in close to 11 p.m. on Sunday. Officers found a man in a backyard with apparent gunshot wounds. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Police also say the victim was involved in an argument with someone who then pulled out a gun and fired at the victim. The suspect fled the scene before officers arrived. Anyone with information is urged to call Metro's homicide section or Crime Stoppers. A wrong-way driver involved in a crash that killed a Metro Police officer was ordered to leave the country 3 years ago. Review-Journal's Anaya Collins explains.
Police say 31-year-old Fernando Jimenez caused the December 12th crash that killed Metro officer Colton Pulsifer. Jimenez, who also died in the crash, was a citizen of Mexico, and according to ICE, he was ordered to leave the country by a federal judge in 2021. A spokesperson said he had entered the U.S. in 2019, but returned to Mexico on an order of expedited removal. He then applied for admission to the U.S. in 2020, before an immigration judge ordered him to be removed. Today, Pulsifer's family partnered with a nonprofit Behind the Blue to host a fundraiser selling clothing and lunches. Funds earned will be donated to the fallen officer's family.
In your weather, sponsored by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing. Cloud coverage continues tonight with gusty winds developing across the western Nevada area. We're seeing 54 degrees at 8 p.m., 50 by midnight with a low of 44 degrees. Taking a look at the rest of the week now, mid-60s for tomorrow, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Then temperatures will dip a few degrees lower, 61 degrees Thursday, 62 on Friday, climbing back into the mid-60s this upcoming weekend with lows in the 40s. Everyone can use extra help during the holidays, and some lucky customers at one grocery store got just that. It's the season of giving, sponsored by Albertsons. Let's take a look.
We have a surprise for you. Albertsons is helping customers, and they are going to pay for your groceries today.
What?
Albertsons is giving back to their customers and surprising some by paying for their groceries, many of them sharing their stories and saying the surprise will help them in so many ways.
I feel blessed. Thank you for giving and choosing me from the store. Thank you. Thank you so much. I get to put away my purse.
I was trying to decide whether to pay bills or come grocery shopping today. So I'm really thankful.
You can hear more of their stories and watch the surprises on our YouTube channel. Just look up Season of Giving. In your business news, brought to you by GBank, your best banking experience ever. Party City is going out of business and all 5 stores in the Las Vegas Valley are expected to close. CEO Barry Litwin said Friday that Party City would be winding down operations immediately due to recent financial challenges. The company filed for bankruptcy in January after struggling to pay its $1.7 billion debt. 3 stores in the Las Vegas Valley have confirmed they will close on February 28th. And Big Lots is holding closing sales nationwide, including at 9 locations in the Valley. The discount retailer is slashing prices up to 25% on merchandise and 50% off select holiday items. Big Lots also filed for bankruptcy in September, citing inflation and high interest rates.
Sports brought to you by PT's Taverns. With over 65 locations, there's a PT's near you. Visit ptstaverns.com. More news out of UNLV football with head coach Dan Mullen. According to multiple reports, he's already hired Zach Arnett as the team's defensive coordinator. He was a former Mississippi State head coach who worked as an analyst with Ole Miss this season. Other reports say Mullen is targeting former Ohio State quarterbacks coach Corey Dennis for an offensive role. He's Urban Meyer's son-in-law and was Tulsa's quarterbacks coach this season.
In Health, brought to you by Centerwell Senior Primary Care. Discover primary care focused on you. With the new year approaching, staying up to date on immunizations is just one way to protect your health in 2025. Pneumonia can be life-threatening when fluid fills the lungs' air sacs. In general, a vaccination is recommended for all adults 65 and older. Shingles, a reactivation of the virus that causes chickenpox, can also cause a painful, blistering rash. Vaccinations are also recommended in adults over 50. Tetanus is caused by a bacterial infection, often from a cut or a wound, and the Tdap vaccine is recommended every 10 years and also protects against diphtheria and whooping cough.
Vegas Nation brought to you by Station Casinos, STN Sports. Download the app today. With all of the talk being about how the Raiders' draft position changed following their win over the Jacksonville Jaguars, Coach Pierce spoke on the investment that the organization is showing in players that are here right now.
We work 80 hours a day, or 80 hours a week. Staff, players coming here, they're 40 plus hours to work. We don't do this to lose. We don't do this for anybody's fantasy football team. We don't do this for anybody's drafts, projections. Only thing that matters is winning. And that's all we want to do.
Sports betting brought to you by the Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. The quarterfinals of the college football playoff are set, and Penn State is favored by 10.5 points over Boise State at the Westgate Superbook in the Fiesta Bowl on New Year's Eve. The total is 53. Texas is favored by 14 over Arizona State in the Peach Bowl on New Year's Day, and the total is 52.5. Ohio State is a 2.5-point favorite over Oregon in the Rose Bowl, and the total is 53.5. Notre Dame is a 1.5-point underdog to Georgia in the Sugar Bowl, and the total is 44.
In lifestyle news, brought to you by LV Craft Shows, has been bringing you the finest craft and gift show since 1999. Visit lvcraftshows.com for upcoming events. It's been quite a year in Las Vegas dining, and our own Jonathan Wright has compiled his list of top 10 restaurant openings of 2024. The list includes Emmett's Vegas, a steakhouse from NFL great Emmitt Smith, and Orla from local chef Michael Mina. Jonathan also has a list of the top 10 restaurant closings, including the British pub Crown and Anchor and Margaritaville at the Flamingo. You can see both lists at lvrj.com. Moving on to entertainment, sponsored by Arizona Trolleys, has live entertainment every weekend at both locations. Go to arizonatrolleys.com to see who's playing. Families looking to celebrate New Year's Eve without staying up late can head to Discovery Children's Museum. It's hosting its New Year's Eve celebration with festivities tailored for children, including a countdown at 12 p.m. There will be craft stations, a dance party, light snacks and drinks, plus more. The event is happening December 31st from 10 a.m. to noon. Tickets are $15 for members and $25 for non-members at discoverykidslv.org. That's been your 7 at 7 p.m. news update. Follow us on our social platforms to stay up to date with the latest news. You can also stream our newscast on Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, and YouTube.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.